Hey, Randy. What? You know what that sound is?
Cricket.
Crickets. That's the sound of the Wade's RV podcast.
Yeah.
I got a special guest with me today, folks. I got Randy. I call him Randy Wayne.
Yeah, everybody does.
His name's Randy Sloan. He's right there from Manford, Oklahoma.
That's right.
Born and raised?
Yes, sir.
Man, that's so awesome. And we're up here. So Randy is the vice president of Wade's RV, and he's the master of kind of keeping us all together, right?
Well, it's quite the job.
Yeah, it is quite the job.
Yeah, keeping you tuned up versus the other 120 people.
Yeah?
I think you're the toughest to corral.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. I would agree with that.
Oh, man, little Wade. Here he comes.
What do you say? He's a straight running nut.
That's it. Just crazy.
That's so awesome.
But it's good.
Yeah.
Energy. You bring a lot of energy.
I have a lot of energy cooped up in me, man.
You do.
A lot of people are like, man, you don't need any coffee. Every time I go to Starbucks, they say, oh, I don't think you need any more coffee, little Wade.
Yeah. Back off the coffee.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad to have you on the podcast today, Randy. And you told me you actually listen to this podcast?
All the time.
Really?
Well, yeah, sure.
What do you think so far?
I think it's phenomenal.
That's good.
There's a lot of learning involved in it. There's a lot of units that you guys are selling out there. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of the customers enjoy that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
because you go from anything from recipes to little tricks here and tricks there out on the campground and what you can bring, what don't bring.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good information that you guys bring to the table.
Yeah, we do informational. We like to show the product off, like the new stuff. We like to do funny stuff too. We like to, kind of keep it light and funny time to time.
Yep.
And
great job.
Yeah, kind of like that new parody that we just made.
Yes.
Yeah. So we like to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
but
you do.
We're here to talk about Randy Sloan because you've been in the RV industry for quite some time now, right? You were born and raised. Well,
yes.
I mean, you were raised up in this because your dad had an RV dealership.
Yes, back in '69.
Tell us a little bit about that story. Take us back to when you were a kid and your dad was.
This is a long time ago. This is. I started out in the shop.
Okay.
Started out in the shop, sweeping the shop, stuff like that. After school, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
At 14 years old, I was welding hitches on and wiring trucks and putting brake controls in. That's back when you actually tied into the hydraulic system in the brake control, in the brakes themselves.
Really?
No electronics, none of that stuff. It was all manual. Yeah. It was. Things have changed a lot.
So I've heard you and my dad tell stories like back in the day when you bought RVs, they didn't come with AC units.
No.
You actually had to cut a hole in there and install it? Tell us about that.
Well, back then, what you had to do is you had to go back in there and because you would buy the air conditioners, the awnings. They didn't even come with TV antennas.
What?
No. They didn't come with any of that stuff. And you'd have to, because what would happen is the dealers back then, you would buy the trailer and it didn't have AC, it didn't have awnings, it was pretty much a stripped unit.
Yeah. And
you would go in, and those were all options, because a lot of the dealers would buy so many air conditioners, and they'd win a free trip, or so many TV antennas, they'd get a free trip.
Oh, wow.
So you put all of the accessories on them back then, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, if you wanted shocks, you put shocks on them. I mean, they were just plain.
Yeah.
It was
how many?
Different world.
So, what year was this when RVs were just kind of plain like that?
This was back in the late 70s.
Late 70s?
Mm-hmm. Mid to late 70s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, you were out there just learning.
Yes.
You were young. You're 14.
14, 15, 16. Yeah, we were welding. Where now where you bolt on hitches.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. You went to the metal yard, scrap yard, and got your angle iron and your tubing and all that stuff, and you literally weld them on the vehicles. They didn't have. That's what you did.
Yeah.
You welded to the frames.
Man.
And back then they pulled a lot of stuff with cars. Big old Buicks. I don't know how many Buick 225s, deuce and a half Buicks.
Yeah.
So that's what they call them.
Uh-huh.
Deuce and a quarters. And we'd weld on hitches right onto cars because back then cars had big 400 horse engines in them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we'd weld all the hitches on. I mean, we were welding 2 inches from the gas tank.
Man.
That's which is, and all the heads, where it's all bolt together.
Yeah.
You set the truck up, put everything level, and then you'd go out there and weld it all back up.
Oh, my goodness.
Everything was custom.
In the good old days.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Yeah.
And pretty sturdy, I would say, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, so you kind of worked your way up from the shop. Where'd you go there? Where'd your RV journey go from there?
From there, I've actually just went from there straight. Well, I stayed there for probably 20-plus years.
Okay.
In the shop.
Working for your dad in the shop.
In the shop, yeah.
Okay.
And then I just kind of moved into selling and sales and kind of found my niche there, and it's still fun today.
Yeah.
It's not a job. You come in and you meet all these wonderful people.
Yeah.
You know, and I've got relationships all over the United States.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I see people I went to Red River, New Mexico last weekend.
Yeah.
And sure enough, pull in the park in Red River, New Mexico, and see a guy that we had sold to.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's so awesome.
Oh, I know.
And you were out there RVing. I tell people all the time, at Wade's RV, we're the guys that actually go RVing.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of cool to hear your story. I already know, so I'm just kind of teeing you up here. But you took your motorhome, you and your family and your motorhome, and you're side-by-side?
Yeah. Well, I took the Jeep.
Oh, the Jeep. Gotcha.
Yep. And just went all up to the Greeny Peak and all up through there. Oh, it was just beautiful. The weather was great last weekend.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was sweatshirts and all day long.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, and then when you get up to like 10,000 feet up there, it was just like, it was cold.
Yeah.
Sandra was saying, it is cold up here. Yes. Yeah,
well, it was hot in Oklahoma.
It was nice there. So nice. People with campfires and everybody just kind of hanging out. And, of course, I like to walk around and see what the different RVs are in this park. We were at Roadrunner Park in Red River. And I just like to walk around, visit with people. You know, where'd you get your coach out? How's your RV experience and stuff? I mean, just tons of people.
Yeah.
And everybody in that park was just this, come on in. What do you do? You know.
Yeah.
We just, next thing you know, I just walk around visiting with people.
That's what the RV lifestyle is all about.
And everybody's so friendly.
Community.
Yeah. It's great. Wonderful time.
Yeah. And so how long have you been in the RV industry?
Over 40 years.
Over 40 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And your dad both have been in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we go back when we were 18 years old, and I first met your dad at the RV shows. We were running around. He was in service. I was in service. And if I needed a jack, I'd go borrow one from him or a forklift, or he'd borrow one from me, or, we were kids.
So you knew my dad back then when you were working?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
We'd see each other yearly.
Yeah.
At the shows.
At the shows?
Yeah, for sure.
That's so cool. And so you worked your way up to sales, and then you went to work for somebody else?
Yep. I went to work for Dave's Claremore for 15 years, and was the GM over there.
Okay.
Many years. And got some good mentoring over there.
Okay.
Joe O'Brien and Dave Pierce.
Yeah.
They're no longer, Joe's no longer with us, but he's retired, and they've sold their company and stuff too. But got a lot of good mentoring over there. And I left there and got with your dad. Mm-hmm. When he first opened up.
Yeah.
And here we are.
The new location off of the first 75. Super Center. Yeah.
Yes, the first big sales center. Yeah, we had 2 lines, I believe.
Okay.
When we started.
Okay, so paint the picture for everybody that's just now tuning in. They don't know anything about the early stages of Wade's RV Super Center.
Well, he called me, or we had talked, and he said, "Why don't you come over and let me show you what I got?"
Yeah.
I want to start a big dealership. And I said, okay, let's do it. And I said, I'll come visit with you. So I get over there. And Wade's there sitting on the tailgate of his truck. He's just soaking wet with sweat. He's been working on this new facility. Matter of fact, there's still concrete in the showroom or in the sales offices and stuff. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, the frame's up, the structure's there, the shop doors are not on yet. I mean, it's a skeleton pretty much.
Yeah.
And but I can see the vision and the excitement of this man. It was just like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
He had his plan. All we had to do is work the plan.
Yeah.
So I got there, and we're sitting there talking about the shop. Of course, we've known each other for years anyway, so he's telling me about what he's going to do in the shop.
Yeah.
And I'm sales driven and want to take care of the front end and put an F&I team together, put a sales team together, sales managers together, build the front of the house while he's just going to rock the back. Because, I mean, still today, nobody can touch the guy.
Yeah.
You know. And anyway, so we visit and stuff like that. And matter of fact, the sales office is in a travel trailer out front in the gravel.
The sales office is in a travel trailer?
Yes. Yeah. Because that's all he had, you know, because everything was building. And he had probably, golly, a little wait, I'm guessing 20 units there maybe.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the neighborhood with new and used. And then as we go and as we build, we get new products in and just dance this thing all the way up to where we are today.
Yeah.
You know, just putting steps together. So we put it all together there in the Goldsby store. Or not Goldsby,
Glenpool. Yeah.
And we get the team together. It takes us a while to get the team together, get everything meshed. And once we get everything meshed, it's just a point. At that point, it's just like it starts exploding.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is like 2016 when you started at Wade's RV?
16, 17, yes.
Okay.
And we're building this thing, and, you know, we've got the right team in. We've got the right people in the shop. We're starting to put everything together. I mean, it's just like we're a couple of country guys that's worked in the shop all of our lives.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell this story, and I tell this story to everyone that listens. Well, how did you put such a big monster of an RV dealership? You've got a monster, the big one in Glenpool.
Yep.
You built one in Goldsby, and it's just exploding.
Which, if you're listening right now, Goldsby is right next to, it's basically Norman, Oklahoma, which is in the Oklahoma City DMA area.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so we bought he just bought the ground.
Yeah.
And we built a whole brand new facility, asphalted everything, got indoor storage, outdoor storage, got all this stuff going. And then next thing we go, you know what? There's a place over in Joplin we ought to look at. And he goes, okay, let's go look at it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we end up coming to Joplin. And then, of course, we eat dinner, or at least try to eat a couple of times a month just to kind of touch base, because he's somewhere and I'm somewhere, and we're never at the same location for any length of time. We're just, you know, going from one store to the other constantly. And I've had customers come up to me and say, you guys did this in 8 years. And my answer to them is, well, we really didn't do a whole lot. What we did, and this is, you can ask your dad right now.
Okay.
Right now, how did you do it? And he's going to tell you, all I did is show up, work hard, and listened. They kind of go, well, what'd you do? He goes, I couldn't do this by myself. It takes a team, but without the Lord driving me, and I just listen to him every morning when I'm on my knees. And your dad will tell you this.
Yeah.
That he's the one that's directing this thing. All I do is show up and listen. And if I do exactly what he tells me, this is what you can do in 8 years. But there's no way a farm boy from southeastern Oklahoma or Manford, Oklahoma is going to put something like this together. Yeah. It just doesn't happen.
No, not without favor.
Yeah. And we've been blessed coming and going.
Yeah.
You know, the key is I think that we take care of our customers the way that, you know, we feel that we would want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And if customers are not happy with the way we're doing it, we invite them to call us and let us know.
Yeah.
Because that's how we're going to fix things. And we appreciate that. Some customers, you know, kind of standoffish about that, but we've had a lot of loyal customers over the 40 years. And if something in service or something in sales, they'll come to me. Everybody's got my cell number. If I sell something, you'll have my cell number.
Yeah.
I've got customers that call me at 10 o'clock at 11 o'clock at night. Hey, I've got this hot water tank. It's just not doing it. My wife's taking cold shower. This is not pretty, man.
Yeah.
So let me tell you how to fix it.
Yep.
And we'll fix it right then.
Oh, yeah.
If we can.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can go on and on about, you know, the blessings that we've had here at Wade's RV.
Yeah.
You know, and your dad's just an extremely well in the shop and a great leader.
So in 8 years, you built the Glenpool location, and then you went and opened up a new facility in Oklahoma City area, which is in Goldsby, and you built that from the ground up.
From dirt.
How old is Goldsby?
It's 2 years.
2 years old.
2 years old, and it's already just breaking records.
killing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doing great.
And then this facility, is it a year old?
Not yet.
Not yet. And so we acquired Wade's RV of Joplin, which was a RV dealership before.
Yes.
Well, I guess we acquired Wheelin' RV and then changed it into Wade's RV of Joplin.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've got that, and we're got our sights maybe on some other places.
Oh,
Yeah.
were we going east? We going west? Where we going? And I would say of Glenpool, because Glenpool is the corporate headquarters, if you will. So are we going? Because Willie D and myself, we were talking about that. We're like, man, we're going to live on the road.
Yeah, northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Northeast area.
Northeast.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I've been on the phone with them today a little bit.
Good.
So we're
So if you're northeast of Tulsa, Glenpool area, you might have a Wade's RV dealership coming to you soon.
That's correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so much good news.
Yeah.
So what are you excited about for the future of Wade's RV? I know you. So you have, this is your baby, Wade's RV Supercenter of Joplin. That's your baby. Goldsby's your baby because Glenpool was your baby, your first baby, but it's already up and going, and it's almost like, if you will, like it's a teenager. It's self-sufficient. It's going. It's rocking and rolling. But you have these other two that
we're building.
Yeah, that we're building.
Yep.
And so got a lot going on there. What are you most excited about for the future of Wade's RV?
In general?
Yeah.
Watching probably, because we got into, even though the what I call the international headquarters, which is Glenpool.
Okay.
Your dad stays there. He's put a new facility, a service center in there, a new sales center in there as well.
Okay.
And he's got 62 acres. So, and your dad really likes to build stuff.
Yeah.
He loves buildings.
Yeah.
So he's got new indoor storages that's going on there in Glenpool today.
Yeah.
They're fixing to move in their new facility. That their old facility is only but 6-7 years old.
Yeah.
Completely. Because he's added on to the older.
With the new PDI area?
Yeah. So even though I call it the old facility is only 7 years old. It's not old.
Yeah.
It's still new. But the newer facility, that it's going to be the Taj Mahal. I mean, the nice flooring that you have in shops, it's got the little sprinkle stuff. I mean, then you walk in and the PDI and the demo area in the new facility is just incredible.
Yeah.
It's just like a great, when you're done with that experience, the selling side, the shop side, the demo, the PDI, all of that is just going to be such a great experience.
Yeah.
For everyone. So I want to do the same thing that your dad's doing there in the Tulsa area.
Yes.
In the Joplin and the Oklahoma City area.
Oh, perfect.
And then possibly into the other one. So I just like to see everything grow.
Yes.
But I want a good foundation as it grows. We may grow slower than most people, but as we grow, we got the right people.
Yeah.
Connections. We're building something on a firm foundation. It's not just on sand.
Yes.
So we're going to be here.
Yeah.
So I think for 24, we got some new products coming. We're going to open house this month.
Yes.
You'll be going with us.
Yes, sir.
Kind of take pictures and give them sneak peeks.
Yeah.
And so excited about that.
Okay.
And we're also excited about some of the new colors and floor plans that we've seen. We've got some cool floor plans that are coming out. We've already got them coming.
Yeah.
So we kind of took an extra sneak peek, last month?
Yeah, that was last month, yeah.
So they invited us because, we're not.
Who's they?
Forest River.
Forest River
called us and they said, hey, we want you guys to come up and see what you think about these floor plans. Do you think there's anything we can do to change them? Is there, give us your ideas.
Okay, so
you guys are in the trenches,
kind of, we got to see before everybody else. It was kind of cool.
It was.
Okay, so when I was there, the thing that I really loved the most was they're like, oh, we added this, we added that, and this is going to be the new norm, like air fryers, and we're going to add, oh man, there were so many.
That bunkhouse that you went into.
Oh, dude, the bunkhouse, the hidden bunkhouse was amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like, so you have all these cool new features.
Yeah.
And then they said, and we're kind of waiting because we came off COVID and they've just been jacking the prices up and kind of making it a little harder for us and the customers. Like, hey, and so with the interest rates going up, and so we've been battling. We've been battling them on the, hey, we need to get right on the prices. We've been helping on the banking side, we've been going to the banks and, hey, local credit unions and banks, let's do better by our customers. So we've been fighting.
yeah.
But this year, it's going to be a year without fighting because they were like, hey, you get all these bonuses, but the cost is not going to reflect. Didn't they say they were able to kind of renegotiate and the cost was actually going to kind of come down a little bit? So it's going to be a buyer's market again?
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
You know, and we share all of that with the customers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up in 24.
That's so cool.
And I don't want to give it all away because you're going to be there with the camera and giving people sneak peeks.
Yeah.
So look forward to it because it's coming and the weight will be on them.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Heck yeah.
It will be fun.
Okay, so you're excited about that. I know some cool color. They hired a designer.
Yeah.
And some of the color patterns and the way they did like the walls like a white, but with a really nice accent color with the cabinetry and the gold handles and stuff like that. I was impressed.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like I was in a house, the way they built it, and the designer kind of coached them on how to put the cabinets and everything together.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
Some of the 24s.
All of
you'd
that.
never seen.
All of that at a better price.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Okay, so we talked about 2024s. We told people that we're going to go get to see a sneak peek of all that, and so it's really cool for us to kind of share that information because they know what's coming in 2024. But that event's pretty huge for Wade's RV because we're able to go there and buy in bulk and kind of also get
That's when the negotiation starts.
Okay,
You know,
can you kind of tell us a little bit from the consumer side, like, hey, this is a cool.
Well, what happens is that we'll go in and we'll raise our hand for 100 to 200 units.
Yeah.
And with that, we get discounts.
Yes.
You know, and now that we've got literally 3 sales centers plus the big service center there.
Yeah.
in Sapulpa, and then we're looking to buy. I'm already looking to purchase units for this new location.
Mm-hmm.
Most RV dealerships are, unless you're a monster like some of the other guys.
Yeah.
But we're going to be in the same arena as the big boys now.
Yes.
We've got so many stores.
Yeah.
They treat us and they like the mom and pop service.
Yes.
Because even though the manufacturers want to take care of the customers as well, they want to make sure the service is going good. They want to make sure and that's where we shine more than anyone. And the manufacturers liked Wade's RV just because we're built on service completely. And as long as that customer is getting their service done, getting something fixed, if something breaks, we get it in and try to get it in and out as fast as we can.
Yeah.
And manufacturers really love that because they're not getting phone calls from customers.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people that just drive by, and we may have not sold it. We may have not known anything. Matter of fact, we got a big bus over there right now that Billy's putting some air conditioners on it. They were driving through, and man, our air conditioners out. Is there any way? We've called everybody, within 200 miles from here as we're driving. And is there any way you guys can stop and take a look at these air conditioners because they're just not working?
Yeah.
And our first, sure, bring it by. Let us take a look at it, and we'll do what we can. Well, come to find out, Billy's over there. He's gotten them fixed up, and they're actually a singing group.
Who is it? Anybody I would know?
It's dadgummit.
Temptations?
Temptations and somebody else.
Oh, wow.
Temptations, yeah.
Yeah. They have they're pretty big.
But they were back in my dad's era.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty cool.
We noticed the Prevost pull in, and we're like, oh, that's them. And we were over there trying to peek in and look to see if they were in there, but
I think they are.
But I didn't want to be that guy.
I know.
But anyways, yeah.
Hey, guys.
I was this close of jumping up on top of the bus and start dancing. Yeah.
How you doing?
I know.
That'd been fun.
That's awesome. So a lot of great things coming, and I'm excited to kind of hear about the new potential expansion, of the new store. So it would be a buyout of a dealership, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That, and we've got a couple of things working in the background.
Cool deal.
That's going to be exciting.
Well, awesome.
Very
Well,
exciting.
Randy, thanks for sharing your story, and I look forward to the next podcast. We give them another update, in a few months.
After we get back from open house.
Open house. That's
what they
right.
call it.
There you go.
When we get back from open house, we'll do it.
There you go.
All right.
And that's an episode right there. Man, I love that noise, don't you?
Yeah.